friend of mine lives in New York City, is thinking about adding a swimming pool to his house. What should he be thinking about?
At least pertaining to 1 and 2 family homes. Once you go above 2 families, the rules completely change. There's a famous 400 square foot rule that a lot of pool installers and homeowners like to hang their hat on. If the pool is less than 400 square feet, you don't need a permit. There's some truth to it, but it's not true. At the end of the day, some type of permitting would need to be put in place. If you have a filter, it has electric, so you would need to get an electrical permit. And if you install a pool heater, that's gas, you would need to get a plumbing permit. If the pool is greater than 400 square feet, you do need to file plans for the actual pool as well. There are setbacks you have to maintain from the property line. Typically 5 feet all around the pool needs to be unobstructed. If you live on a smaller lot, like a townhouse or a semi, and your lot is less than 24 feet wide, you can hold 3 feet to the property lines. Some other things people don't know is you need a 4 foot high, densely planted set of bushes along the rear property line where that pool is. It's to provide privacy between you and your neighbor. Another thing a lot of people don't do is, or think about is, hey, when it's time to empty that pool, if there's a problem with the pool, where do we dump that water? And
where do you get the water to go in the pool?
Yeah. Well, the water could be brought in and dumped in by truck, or just from your hose.
Okay.
The bigger concern is when you're emptying the pool, because it's considered wastewater, right? It's got chlorine, it's got some chemicals in it. You really can't. A lot of people run a hose to the street and just dump it into the street, which isn't permitted. Technically, there's a reverse on every filter, and you're supposed to have a PVC pipe from the filter of the pool to a slop sink in your basement, gravity fed. That's how you're supposed to technically empty the pool. In some of the more suburban areas in New York City, there are no sewers. And if there's a septic system, it's even more complicated, because we can't dump that water into your slop sink. You'll flood out your septic system. We have to install something called seepage pits in the ground to absorb that water. Okay. So just things to think about that, people really don't think about when they want to install a pool, or some of those tricky, more technical items.